that after my colleague spoke, you didn't give her a round of applause. Let me have. I want a response, please. Will you be ladies? As my colleague said, I'm scared. Anyway, I'm very excited to be in the midst of Nigerians, ladies, who are taking the bull by the horn to wrest power from the men. You know, because the men have failed us. The men have not failed us. Why? Because as I was leaving my home, my wife said, "Won't you drop something for no NEPA for the past 4 days in my place?" And it's all over the country. So I want to congratulate you for this initiative. Joma, Winnie, Didi, and all the rest. You're doing a wonderful job, and I want you to press ahead despite the challenges you will face. A journey of 1,000 miles, they say, starts with just one step. Some people say a tree cannot make a forest, but it takes a tree to begin a forest. I won't take too much of your time. Just as a brief introduction, my name is Paul. I like to say I'm a full Nigerian. Some people say, how come? I'm a full Nigerian. I was born and bred in the East, precisely in the South. I began my career in the Northwest in particular, Sokoto, comprising Sokoto, Kebbi, Zamfara states, where I worked with some of the poorest peasant farmers in Nigeria. That really exposed me to the challenges facing our country. In the past 20 years, I've been in Lagos, so you can see I've gone around. I did my university education in Europe, precisely in Russia. I speak Russian language. I've traveled to about 35 countries of the world, and so I really gone around. And I want to share with you very, very briefly. I really like what my colleague said and presented, because it's the same thing I've been doing for the past 18 years, talking about the appalling level of service in Nigeria. It's really appalling. I've written about 6 books, and if your name is on the list, I'm going to give you 1 copy before you leave this room. You get it before you leave. So ensure your name is on the list. And then at the end of my presentation, we are going to do a small workshop, taking less than 5 minutes, so that we can really understand ourselves and put benchmarks on this journey, so that when we have arrived, we'll be so happy to say, yes, this is exactly what I wanted to achieve. So let's get started. My presentation is called, I'm speaking on entrepreneurship. Gentlemen, you said I should speak on entrepreneurship. So I'm speaking on entrepreneurship and crossing the chasm. This will be my presentation. My brief story, which I've already said, my take on entrepreneurship, and you are taking away here that we can make Nigeria better. So you have to look a little bit higher than just setting up the business by the side. So let's get started. I mentioned to you that the past 20 years I've been in Lagos. I worked in one of the top 10 banks in Nigeria, and I rose to become the head of credit analysis controlling a portfolio of about, responsible for a portfolio of about 450 billion naira. And 10 years, 2010 precisely, I took a bow and started my own business, Vision on Talent, and I have some other platforms. These are some of the books I've written. This is the one that you will get. Everybody will get that copy of the book if your name is on the list. To encourage you to become members of Full Circle. Because when you become a member, you are going to enjoy a lot of privileges, a lot of, she said networking is very critical, that you network. Without a network, you are dead. Because you just find that you don't know anybody who to turn to for encouragement, a shoulder to cry on, or something. You really need a good network. Somebody you can call and will give you an advice what to do. Some of the biggest men in the whole world had mentors. You need a mentor. So, in the past 7 years or 6 years since I left Diamond Bank, I've been trying to position myself as an expert and show that you are all experts. You will say, how come? I'm not an expert. You are an expert. So besides the business you do, you can do the type of business I do. Speaking as an expert. So these are the things I do. I coach people, I train people, I author books. I speak as I'm speaking right now. Sometimes some people are able to pay me for speaking. I consult, I do seminars, and I now trying to master information marketing. You can be insanely great if you dabble into, if you master information marketing. Because the world is really powered by information. The world is powered by information. As we move ahead, I will explain how this can be done and how you can do it. So these are the things that this wealth beyond your imagination is less than 30 pages and they are sold all over the world. So, can we make progress? Okay. It's not about me, it's about you. So let's talk about entrepreneurship. The word entrepreneur is, I believe, is a French word, was first defined or described by a French economist by name Jean-Baptiste Say in 1800, about 217 years ago. He said, an entrepreneur, please, are you listening? Yes. An entrepreneur is someone who takes resources from a lower to a higher level of productivity and utility. If you can write down that definition and always ask yourself, am I taking these resources to a higher level of productivity? So I'm going to explain how all these things works out. There's so much water in the lagoon, am I right? We are surrounded by water, but that water is useless, am I right? Unless you can take it to a higher level of productivity by bottling it like this, refining it, you can sell it all over the world. You are adding value. So I'm going to give you 7 examples of entrepreneurship. What you need to do to position yourself as an entrepreneur. Number 1 is think MTP. MTP stands for massive or massively transformation or transformative purpose. What did I say? Massively transformative purpose. You must have a purpose. Why you are setting it up? The purpose is never to make money. Money is a byproduct of service, as my colleague here said. Money is a byproduct. When you have set up and the purpose is so massive, you'll be seeing people running after you. Say, please take the money, and you're running away. You say, no, I'm telling you. Do you know that people call me and I speak for 1 hour and they pay me 200,000? I'm not saying I arrived there or I'm swimming money, no. But don't forget, I started just about 5 years. In fact, as she said, having a network. I spent 25 years in banking. When I came out, my account was in deficit of 12 million because I had a mortgage loan. My credit card was in debit of 1 million naira of course, the bank took it immediately. So I basically did not have a single kobo in my pocket. All my accounts, I think I had about less than 200 in my account, because if you step out of the bank, they block your accounts. They block your accounts, yes. They block all the accounts. But luckily, because I think I had a small account in another bank, and it was less than 2,000 I had there. No network. And I was working in what we call back office duties. I was doing back office. First, I spent 7 years in training, which I'm enjoying today. And I spent 7 years in risk management. Risk management is back office. I told you I was head of analysis. No credit could pass the bank without Paul having a say. Paul, what do you say? Yes, no. Of course, my management, in their wisdom, can always say, okay, Paul, you have had your say, we will have our way. Having a network, I didn't know anybody. Absolutely, I didn't know anybody. Absolutely, I did not know anybody. 25 years in banking, I was very, very dedicated, and so on and so forth. Networking is very important. Let's move ahead. Let's not overstretch and overburden you with my stories. Am I right? So, entrepreneurship, think MTP. MTP is massively transformative purpose. What purpose do you have? For instance, full circle wellness. I was telling Ijoma, look, Ijoma, you have started a journey, and this journey, I'm a member of Toastmasters. Toastmasters was started in 1924. Today we have 350,000 clubs all over the world. I'm sure that some of you here are members of Rotary Club, was started by someone. Some of you are members of Lions Club, was started by someone. So let's clap hands for the members, the partners. Yes. You have done something, and you need to take it to the logical conclusion. Think of setting up chapters all over the country, empowering women, not in the positive sense of empowerment and putting things, but letting them see them. What purpose do you have? Let me say Mother Teresa. She had no money, but she set up a movement to help the poor. By the time she died, she was, within a few years, she was made a canon, a saint of the Roman Catholic Church. This man, he never went to school. This Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple Computers, he never went to school. He never went to school. The day he was invited to give a speech at Stanford, and they gave me an academic gown. I said that was the first day he was wearing an academic gown in his life, that he was feeling uncomfortable. But meanwhile, they've given him more than 300 PhDs, honorary PhDs. What was his purpose? You can see that. I'm sure that some of you here have iPhone. He redefined business. I'm sure that you know the price he paid. He was 13 years in the wilderness. He was kicked out of his company because he had a purpose. He wanted to revolutionize the way we do business. And this is, I'm sure that you don't know what you have in your hand. Your iPhone is an office by itself. An iPhone is an office. It can do wonders. Massive challenge. Of course, it's not in their vision statements. If you know what he said, if you read his books, or you have read through some of his interviews, he said that we as human beings always take, that we need to add back. We also need to give. So he said his vision is to leave a dent on the universe. That was his vision. When I talk about massively transformative purpose, to leave a dent on the universe. And you know what it means to leave a dent on the universe? When he died about a few years ago, he left 6 billion for his wife. He paid a price, massive transformative purpose. And part of the vision was that anything made by Apple must be insanely great. What did I say? Insanely great. Insanely great. I'm sure that when you hold an iPhone in your hand, there are only 2 phones in the world, iPhone and others. Like it or not, to leave a dent on the universe and anything we make in this company must be what? Insanely great. Of course, the board member said we are making so much money. The first year he made $1 million. Second year they made $10 million. The third year they made $100 million. So the board members were telling him, what are you talking about? We are making so much money. What is insanely great? Come on, let's go ahead. They didn't understand the vision. They kicked him out. For 18 years he was out. It was when the company was about to die. They begged him to come back. So what is your massively transformative purpose? What are you going to add to make the world a better place? That is what you must ask yourself as you start your business. So do not just be contented by being one or two things. What am I? At the end of it all, what will be my legacy in the sense of time? Massively transformative purpose. So every day, it's just all over us. Think. What can I do to make Nigeria a better place? You must say, what can I do to make myself rich? Because at the point in time, money is no more a motivator. Say, what can I do to make this country or Africa or the world a better place? If you can think of something and come up with, share your ideas with friends. That's why networking is important. The world has, the sky has no limits for you. Think service. She has covered it. Clap hands for her. Please. Think service. Think service. It's not about you. It's about the customer, it's the client. So you are not buying shoes. You are buying happiness. And 10 years later, Amazon bought Zappos for $1 billion. As we are talking, Tony is worth $840 million. That is his net worth. If you are doubting me, when I leave here, please Google. What is Tony Shares' net worth? $840 million as of yesterday. Because he pursued service. So think service. You must say, how much money am I going to make? What do I need to cut? No. What will the customer benefit from doing business with us? That is the question you must ask. But once you ask that question and answer, find a way to save that customer. People will be running, say, please, Paul. People run after me, say, Paul, take money. I say, I don't want. Of course, I'm using it to pay my debts. If you see my car, it's a jalopy. But I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Can we make progress? Yes. Entrepreneurship. Think innovation. What can you do that changes the rules of the game? What can you do? There are so many things that have already been achieved. So what can you do to disrupt the existing system of things? Think innovation. Example, this guy, Brian Chesky, 3 of his friends, just like 5 of you or 4 of you, set up a full circle. He said, they are into hospitality, hotels, tourism, and all whatnots. But I can assure you they have no hotel of their own. They have not a single hotel. They have no hotel. But I said they're into what? Hotel business. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. I'm sure that some of us, when we travel, we stay in what we call bed and breakfast. So, this is what it's doing. Bed and, so it's Airbnb, a bed and breakfast. All over the world. It's just an apps. It's just an apps. Do you have a house that, because if somebody travels to Nigeria or Lagos or Agungu or Kontagora or Dutse or Calabar or Uyo can stay, you say, yes, I have a house. You upload a picture of your house, you do verification, and you are in. The customer comes, instead of staying at Sheraton Hotel, paying about $2,000, he comes and stays in your house and pays you $200 or $100 as you like. Hotels all over the world are dying because of Airbnb. As of the last valuation, this company was valued at $18 billion. I'm sure that some of you use what they call Uber, the taxi. Uber is valued at $60 billion. Idea. They don't have any taxes. You just join. They have no, so all the companies that have tens and tens of thousands of taxis, they have to maintain the taxi, they have to pay the drivers and so on. They don't have that. They just ask you, can you join us? Say, yes, I can join you. And then somebody will just call, I need a taxi. Uber is there. And some people are making 200,000 naira per month, some 300,000, and it's all over the world. They have no assets of their own. Because assets, you have to maintain the assets, and it adds costs to your operations. Can we make progress? Yes. So think what? Innovation. Number 2. Number 1 is what? MTP. Number 2 is what? Number 2 is service. Number 3 is innovation. Think what? Exponential. 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 This is Derek. His name is Derek. I'm an ordinary guy. He was born in 1969. I told you that Tony was born in 1973. He was born in 1970. He's a musician. He composed his music. He took it to the shops that used to sell his music. They said, we only sell music from the big boss. He said, is that so? Yeah, you only sell music from the big boss? Great. What did he do? He set up a website and he called it what? CD Baby. And he invited all musicians from all over the world to come and start their music on his website. At the end of 10 years, he has sold CDs worth $100 million. And from nowhere, someone comes and said, please, I would like to buy your website. He sold the website for $22 million. Derek immigrated to New Zealand from the US to go and cool his ears. Think about entrepreneurship. Think about doing things unconventionally. If you are somebody who wants to sell music, go to CD Baby. Can we make progress? Number 5. Think what? Passion. So you will not say Paul is a liar. He's not giving us American examples. This is a Nigerian example. My good friend, Ngozi. They say what a man can do, a woman can do better. They said, you want something done, give it to a lady. It's true. Ngozi was just a relatively middle level staff in what? Mobile. And what was Mobile doing? Flipping fuel. They just bring in the fuel and sell. That's all. Forget about the word import. They bring in the fuel and sell. Because they say, I can do this. What is so special about this thing? You bring in the fuel, you sell it. Because they say, I can do this. And they set up a company called what? Techno Oil. If you drive around 4 Points by Sheraton, you will see their new head office building. Just opposite 4 Points. Sheraton by 4 Points, or 4 Points by Sheraton. They left their former office and they moved to their new head office just about 3 or 5 years ago. They are moving to their new head office. Have passion for your idea. What idea do you have? What idea can change the world? You share with people. Some people will discourage you. Be tenacious with the ideas. Be passionate about it. Push ahead. Believe in yourself. As oil was coming down, Ngozi could see ahead and said, oh, oil is coming down, is that? She had diversified into gas. So in the next 18 months, you'll be buying gas from Ngozi because she will pipe it to your house.
Wow. Oh, that's so cool. Wow.
Passion. Passion. What passion do you have? So when you talk about innovation, passion, and so on and so forth, people here in companies teach their people how to be innovative, how to be passionate. So because this is Ladies Forum, she's a good role model for you. Alright, think what? Scale. I can assure you, if you do business, like any business you do that you cannot scale, you are not going to be very, very insanely rich. Why? Because you are going to be limited by what? Geography. You are going to be limited by cash, capital. can you scale your business? Business that you scale means that everybody in the world can enjoy your business. Do you know a company called Amazon? Can anybody in the world enjoy their business? So think of scaling. How can you scale? This boy was born, anyway, I don't know the year he was born, but he's 27 years old. 27 years old. His name is Benson. So Benson is the founder of what? Tutoria, a company that connects teachers with students all over Nigeria. Your mother, your child is not doing very well in maths, you look for a teacher, you go to tutorial, you get a teacher, join with. He's scaling to the rest of Africa very soon. He's scaling to the whole world very soon. He's 27 years old. Microsoft saw the brilliance of his idea. Microsoft gave him 3 million naira, not dollars. So can you scale your business? If you cannot scale, think of ways you can scale it. Because Peter Diamandis, the founder of Singularity University, said, if you want to be a billionaire, it's very easy. Try and sell 1 billion people. Yes. If you do a product and you're selling it $1 and you're selling to 1 billion, is that not $1 billion? If you're selling a product and you're selling I have a friend who sold 1 million e-books in 5 months. 1 million e-books in 5 months, and he was selling them at $1 million. $1 million is how much in naira? Depending on the exchange rate. Am I right? Because in Nigeria we have how many exchange rates? 5. So assuming that you're using the smallest one, which is about 380, you can be 380 million rich than what you are. So can you scale? Can we make progress?
Yes.
Think action. A lot of people like to procrastinate. They will sit on their couch. I will start tomorrow. I will start next year. I want my husband to encourage me. I want my sister to encourage me. Oh, let me travel to London and come back. Oh, let me do more research. I can assure you the only thing that makes action. Take action. Take action this night. When you step into your house this night, write down the 3 things you are going to start doing as an entrepreneur to change the world. Tony, my friend, is the founder of Landmark. I'm sure that you go near Uniru, you will see all the landmarks. It's all over the world. Tony is in 5 continents. Tony is where 5 continents. Was born and bred in the UK. He came to Nigeria. He was looking for an office space. Office space in Nigeria is 10 times more expensive than in London. So he said, what? So in that case, let me go into office space. He started what we call virtual office. Virtual office. If you go to Nigeria Ray at Karimu Kotun, his office is there. If you go to, there's one on Old Kingsway Road, there's one in Ikeja, there's one at Oniru, there's Tony's everywhere. 5 continents. And it has a very interesting story. When next we meet, I will share the story. Think action. Tony was working as an employee, and his boss told Tony, I cannot pay you. I don't have money to pay. Can you work without payment? Tony said, no, I can't work because I have my wife, I have my kids. Long story short, after about 6 months, the owner of the company sold the business, and those that agreed to work without pay, the list got £5 million. Tony got 0 kobo because he refused to accept to work without. Long short, the man said, this man, you've been working so hard, take £1 million. He dashed him £1 million. And that £1 million, Tony has turned it into more than £500 million today because of action. Are you willing to take action? So when you get home this night, write down the 3 things, the 3 actions you are going to take. If you find you have issues, call idea. Call me, call it members of the movement. Am I right? Call it German. So these are the three shifts in the world. The three shifts changing the whole world. And I'm sure that you are aware, but how are these shifts affecting you? Globalization. If you are an employee working in one of the big top banks or top oil companies, somebody in India is trying to get their job right now. He's writing a CV to apply to a job for a job in Nigeria. Globalization. So you are no more competing against yourself, you are competing with everybody in the world. Therefore, you must make yourself the best in the world. You cannot become the best today, but you can become the best tomorrow by what? Constant practice. Understanding, pushing yourself to your limit. A lot of people will just take things lightly in Nigeria because it's easy to make money lightly in Nigeria. You can steal money in Nigeria. If you are a governor, you can steal. If you are a commissioner, you can steal. Anybody in Nigeria can steal money. But for men with conscience, you don't have to steal money. You can make money. Globalization, we are competing with the best of the best in the world. So are you willing to be the best of the best? Digitization. This is where it happens. Everything in the world can be materialized today. Everything can be what? Dematerialized. So, think apps, think artificial intelligence, think robotics. There are so many things that happen in the world today. In fact, as we are talking, another big change is coming. The Internet of Things. How are you positioning yourself? Digitalization. I talked about Uber, I talked about Airbnb, there are so many of them. Can you have an idea that you can develop an apps can be sold all over the world? Digitalization. Finally, change. Change is everywhere. So if you stand still, change is going to blow you. I'm not talking about the type of change that said, who is the best in jollof rice in Africa or in the world? And you said in Senegal. And you are the minister for tourism. You are the minister for information. You are the minister for tourism. You are the minister for hospitality. And you say Senegal. Even if you do not love yourself, how can you love other people? We are talking about change that will take us to the promised land, ladies and gentlemen. If you just hear about the word change and you mouth change and you mouth change, you are not taking action. You are not doing things to make sure that you are better today than you were yesterday. You are better today than you were 2 days ago. You are going to be highly ladies and gentlemen, change is upon us. I've given you 7 things you need to do. MTP, service, innovation, exponential, action, scale and action. All those things are embedded in what? Digitization and change and globalization. Alright, so what is the takeaway for you? For us. These are the takeaway. Move away if you are the lone wolf, efficient worker. Lone wolf, join the network. Become an what? Entrepreneur with the X factor. What is the meaning of the X factor? Somebody wrote about that people that achieve have what, if you know how to describe it, so use the word X, then they are never satisfied with no. They are action oriented. They do not accept obstacles. They break through obstacles. That's what they call the X factor. So think innovation, think action, think me, think you, think me. If not you, who?
That's right.
If not here, where? If not now, when? Take action today. Stand out. Do not try to copy. Do not like to be like any other person. Be yourself. Stand out. If someone is thinking about you, is thinking about wine. What is the best wine in the world I can make? It must be your wine. Service. Stand out. Do not accept average. Do not accept, well, it's good enough. It must be 101%. must be 1%. You don't need to be 1,000,000% better than anybody. You just need to be 1% better than the rest. This is my dream. Alright? I was speaking with Neka. Neka, who is Neka? Okay. Neka was just saying, motivational speaker. You know, that motivational speech, they send helicopter to pick us. Of course, the man was so happy after our presentation. He said, I wanted you to go back with public transport. I will bring you back my private plane. He brought us back with his private plane. So, think. You can, as an entrepreneur, you can live the life of your dream. But it requires action. It requires sacrifice. I told about Steve Jobs. He was kicked out of his company. For 13 years, he was out there struggling. He still came back to revive his company, and as they said, the rest is history. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Paul. Does anyone have any questions or comments about any of the presentation that we've heard from him? Anyone? Okay, we have two. All right.
We have a small workshop, so let's do the workshop. It's going to take 2 minutes, and then they will take off from there.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Okuchi Ebogbe. I'm an entrepreneur, so I get what he's saying. Mr. Paul, one house, please. So, Mr. Paul, you said for Mr. Tony, the Zanok man. No. Mr. Tony, the son of the one with the shoe. Zappos, yes. That he thought to sell happiness. How did he sell happiness? Because I go for workshops and I hear this kind of thing. They sold happiness. So when people buy things from me, you buy happiness. How do you encapsulate happiness in shoe? So how did he sell happiness in shoes? Could you please break it down, please? Thank you.
He was using a metaphor for customer service. This is internal dialogue with the staff. Look, we have no money to fight Amazon. We have no money to fight eBay. Therefore, we must be 10 million times better than them in customer service. So on phone, when you call Zappos on phone, they will make you, in fact, some people are lonely. They need people to talk to. Zappos staff will speak to you in such a way that, in fact, you ask, where is your office? Please, can I come? I want to come buy shoes. That's how they were able to sell shoes worth $1 billion. And Amazon came and bought them for $1 billion. It's customer service. In another way, using a metaphor of that our work is to create happiness for the people that come and do business with us. So anybody that steps into Zappos, online, on phone, email, whatever, website must be left extremely happy. And today, 6 years ago, am I right? I was working, because I thought I could make a lot of money if I worked in the banking industry. I read, this, name it. But that's not how money is made. Money is made through entrepreneurship. Let me ask you about, you know someone called Tony Illuminado?
Yeah.
Tony what? Illuminado. Okay. Tony happened to be my friend. Tony had a different mindset. Tony wanted to be what? An entrepreneur. I wanted to be what? The best professional in the world. So Tony could come and employ me and say, Paul, you know what? I'm going to pay you $1 million a month. Come and work for me. And at the end of the day, Tony will be making $1 billion for his own. Me, I will make how much? $12 million. You understand? So, directly answering your question, the best time to have started was what? 20 years ago, 30 years ago. The next best time is now. I didn't start because I never knew. I read science. I never knew anything called entrepreneurship. They didn't teach us. Assume that they taught us that the difference. That's why the university is the worst place to start life. Don't forget, Bill Gates dropped out of university to go and pursue, because, listen very, very well. Why did he drop out? He said because the window of opportunity will never open again. Now we have left the era of computers. We are now in the era of web business. He said that window will never open again. Therefore he ceased and left university, came and started Microsoft. I became the richest man in the world. So there is no better time to start. The best time to start is now. Okay? Are you psychologically ready? Psych yourself up psychologically to be. Some people that are walking, when you are walking, you are so, embedded, immersed in the job that you don't even know what's going on outside there. That's why I encourage my friends. I have a platform called Executive Business Roundtable, which I invite executives. We sit together and discuss business, we discuss things. Most of the executives that come for that, some of them are CEOs. It's only for CEOs and founders. If you are a founder, you can attend. If you are a CEO, you can attend. They tell me, Paul, I don't know what I'm going to do when I leave this place. Because a CEO in Nigeria, they can kick you out anytime. Am I right? Your tenure is not guaranteed. It's just no tenure is guaranteed these days. So the best time, I wish I knew I could have started 20, 30, 40 years ago, but I didn't know that there's something called entrepreneurship until somebody told me. When I came out, that's when my eyes opened, and of course I met people. I enlisted for coaching. Get a coach. It's expensive, but the best time, the best way for you to cut 10, 15 years from your experience is to have a coach. Thank you very much.